Ironwood Games. This is Andrew.
And this is Marcus.
And we are back in Riven.
Yay!
Let's see. Last episode we went to Jungle Island a little bit, and then we hopped over on that cart to Crater Island. And we pretty much worked through everything on Crater Island. And then we were coming back towards the Temple Island. And I think we lowered the bridge or these stairs is the last thing we did. So I'm going to undo it and do it again, because I want to.
Because he wants to.
Because I have the power. One thing I did notice, and we'll see, this episode might be a little bit kind of weird, because we're getting a lot of kind of puzzle pieces we're going to collect, and we're going to put them together later on in probably a future episode. And so we'll show you those. But one thing I remember, and we're going to go there later, is there is a back door to that workshop we were at that takes us to another island. Off there, if you can see the tram over there. But you can't see that island where it goes. So we're going to explore here back on Temple Island a little bit. We're going to do a few more things, and then we'll go over to that tram and see what happens. So if you remember, this is the kind of steam distribution mechanism temple that sends the steam power to all 5 islands. And we are now on a second floor where we started before, but we couldn't get over here. And we are going to extend a bridge. And you will see that takes us back to right, the beginning, kind of where we were. So we have more connections. Connections. It's so I don't. There's a Netflix show that I like. It's a stupid cartoon show, but that's one of the episodes. It's like connections. And he whispers it as his like secret of learning secrets is making connections.
Which show?
It's called Cupcake and Dino. Yes, it's a children's cartoon show, but I love it.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Oh yeah, we got to come back. I'm going the wrong way. I think only has maybe 2 seasons on Netflix. I wish they had more. I really love it. Netflix, send me some sponsorship dollars. Their theme song literally starts with the words theme song, so it's exactly my kind of thing. Anyways,
very meta.
It's just goofy. I like it. We're missing a piece of something here, and if you can see off in the distance, there's a spinny dome, like we saw on the other island.
Oh, it does spin. It's hard to see on my end, but okay, it is spinning.
It is. We got to make them stop spinning. So if we turn around, there's a button. We'll push the button to raise this missing platform. So this is...
Oh, there's no dude.
No. This is, in my opinion, like the wander around part of the game. Because...
That's why this episode's weird.
Yeah, like there's a lot of connecting pieces, and you gotta go in all these places. And so, if we open this door, we are back into that roundabout turntable thing. And we now... how do we do this? Oh, I remember. Okay. We have to go. So there's another secret we've missed. And this is why I say it's kind of the walk around part, because you kind of got to line all these things up and figure out, okay, what am I supposed to do? So if we go back in this doorway, you see this lever here. If we pull this lever, it will raise this bridge. So now we can get from the temple upstairs. about this golden dome. So this is now where we go and readjust all the doors. I think we hit it twice. And we get to play that spinny puzzle game, which I guess in the first episode I lied and said we never had to spin that again because I forgot that we have to spin it again now. Oops, did I hit it too many times or not enough times? Yeah, I'm a known liar. There we go. So now we can go around this way, but that's not really where we want to go. However, I want to mention one more thing. Again, since we're exploring around and I don't want to have to undo that dome a bunch. Now that we're connected through here, there's another secret or thing we would discover if we wandered around forever. If we go back here, this is, see that spinning dome off in the distance? So this is the area where we raised the platform that was missing. And now if we see and we step on here, this button, we'll actually lower that platform, which means we can take the platform down. And if we take the platform down, it walks us over to the spinning dome.
You've seen one of these before.
We have seen one before, and there's, I will tell you the secret, there's one on each island. So it's a little hard to tell, and I don't know if you can see it well. One of the symbols on this dome is gold colored as it spins around.
Okay.
And so we have to hit the button when the gold symbol comes up, which is that one, and it will cause this dome to stop spinning. And if you don't do it right, then you have to try it again.
Is there a penalty for just mashing a button?
No. There we go. And I never know if it's kind of early or slow. And I paused it in post here so you can see the symbol. All right, play. I think there's one of these back on the other island that we also never got to. Haha. And now it's open. And this dome, this is the kind of our goal at this point in this episode, or that next puzzle I said we're going to gather the pieces for, is we're trying to figure out how to open this dome, because inside the dome there is a linking book. So that's going to get us
Linking
to
book, not just a regular book.
No, it's the linking book. If we remember, we read all those journals and we kind of skimmed through them, and I told you what they said.
Oh yes,
yeah,
the journals.
So one of those was Gen, right?
page by
Was
page.
making the linking
Knowing every
books.
content. Totally.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, we read every page
Oh.
by page. Remember, we sat here
Yeah.
for hours reading all those
Meticulously.
goddamn books.
So there's there's 5 sliders. It's basically a 5-digit code that we need to discover. That's what we're working on in this puzzle that will open up these linking books.
But we have no idea what any of that is right now.
Right. But we know what we need.
Do we? Oh yeah, it was in the books, right? That's what we need.
Well, we know we need a 5-digit code
Okay.
because that was on there. And then we're going to figure out what else we need in just a second. Yeah, because we know we want to get into that book because that's where Gen is. Remember, Gen's the big bad guy.
But if he's locked away in the spinning dome, why go after him?
Because Did we reveal the part that he has Catherine trapped?
Oh, yeah.
We read that,
That's
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then we go out here in the
God
front.
damn it, Catherine. Fucking damsel in distress.
Yeah, so we have to get Gidden. We have to like beat him so we can free Catherine, so she and Adris can get back together.
Where Idris is wingman, is what you're saying.
Essentially. I mean, existentially, otherwise, we could ask the question, like, of why are we here at all? And we would just quit playing the game. Because, like, these are our problems. Idris can solve his own problems. Alright. So we're gonna do... This, finally, is now... Takes us upstairs. That's the stairs we removed. And we'll see way down here is this press puzzle that has
oh my goodness,
these marbles.
it's making my eyes hurt.
Yeah, this is the part when I originally played the game, this was the part that I could never get this puzzle all pieced together and figured out. Because you've got like 6 marbles and all these grids, and you got to put them together in the right slots and then hit the button. Because this is what powers up the linking devices. And there's really no explanation of where all this stuff comes from, and that's what we're going to explore today, though, is figure out, okay, how do we see if I push, nothing happens because it's the wrong pattern. So we're going to go back and look at it, and then we're going to go to the location where we can get this information. All right, so we know the 6 colors we have: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And if you look at this, you'll notice it's a 5x5 grid with each grid has a 5x5 grid inside of it. So it's 25x25 with little marble slots. And if you remember from before, right, 5 was a important number here.
Is it a magic number?
It's a magic number. It's very much a magic number.
So did it like kick 9's ass and steal its title?
Yes.
Good for 5.
Good for 5. Yeah, so we need the 5-digit code. We need to figure out that
5x5 grid code.
All right, I'm going to go around the long way because I don't want to reset the whole thing. I remember that I forgot to point out something when we were back here on Jungle Island. We're going to come back to Jungle Island and fully explore it, but... So now we're back on Jungle Island. And remember this ball we talked about that does a sound and then the symbol on it, and we said this sound sounded like the little frog we caught on Crater Island, right? We did say that.
We did.
So, and the thing that I forgot to point out is if we come here and we stand right here, you see the opening here creates the silhouette of a frog. Do you see it?
For real?
For real. And
that's... What?
Yeah, this is another part of those things that's why I said it's the explore around and you have to like find all these things. And you'll notice the little ball here is the frog's eye. So this symbol down here is the frog. And it is the symbol that looks like a K and an I. And later, when we know what those symbols mean, we'll know that that's the symbol of the frog.
Should write that down.
It's, yeah. We've got it written down. All right, we're going to speed time again. Actually, while we're here, we might as well undo this dome as well, the spinning dome down here, right?
If you know how.
I do know how. It's
Do we just
behind
press the
this
gold
door.
button?
And in this little secret tunnel, there's a viewer. And then again, it's a gold one. So you'll notice it's a different symbol that's in gold than the other one. So each island's dome has a different symbol. I once again paused it for you guys. Okay, play. So the Temple Island one was the open circle with the dot in the middle. The Crater Island is the circle with the line vertically through it. And there's a few more. So if we, again, the same thing we'll see here, right? There's a book, and we need a 5-digit code. It's the same 5-digit code once we figure it out. But there you go. Okay, so that's done. And then go out the back door here. It's the back door. Do we have a tram, or do I need to call a tram? Nope, we gotta call the tram. Okay. There's a button around here somewhere for the tram. They also didn't put... Yeah, this button's over by this door. That button in a spot that's easy to find. Alright, so that's gonna call the tram. Now we go out the back, and there should be a tram waiting for us. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So we're going to go over to this little island over here called Plateau Island.
Are these the actual names, or are you just making them up as you go?
These are the names that the various users on the internet call them. I don't know if they have official names in the actual lore. But if you go to like the message boards and things, there's some various names for different ones, but you're going to notice there's a door on the right here. We're not going to go that way yet. But that is important to know because the tram only lets us out on the left side, so we need a way to get over there. But for now, let's go through Plateau Island and see what we have. This is a beautiful looking island. So you can look down here, I think. Maybe not. Nope.
Tentacle coming out of the ground.
And boop. I think they might also call this Survey Island, is the other name for it, because you can kind of see all the various islands from here. So there's Crater Island and Temple Island and Jungle Island, and then there's one more island that you can't see that's way far away, and there's no trams to it.
And Biz Island.
It's Prison Island where Catherine is, and there's no trams that go there. So spoilers. Marcus asked for it. Blame Marcus. But we can see up here these pieces resemble, to some degree, our islands out here. And so that's this puzzle here, is we're figuring out which islands are which. Okay, and then if we see all these little Tetris-y pieces, right, we can see them. So let's pick one and see what happens. All right, so what you can hopefully see is that a little bubble kind of rises up. That bubble represents the dome, the golden dome on that island. Okay, I'm just going to walk you through how we do this puzzle. Then we go around back here, and we look here, and we see, this is this button. Let me push it. And then this is a 5x5 grid. So we see in that, remember that big 5x5, the 25x25, in that one corner represents one island. And in this 5x5, the dome, which will be represented by a marble, is up over here. You can see if we rotate this, right, up on this location. So we jot all that down, right, and we would call this, if we wanted to, let's say if we rotated all the way around, and we gave this, if 0, 0 was this top corner here, and so then it's 25x25, this dome would be in spot 22, 1, right? I guess if the first marble's 1, 1, then it'd be 22, 1 if we were going X, Y. That's how my math brain is thinking about it. Does that make sense?
Well, yes, but when you rotate it, how do you know what is north, south, east, and west?
That's a good question, and one of the things that makes this kind of confusing. And so its default orientation here is the north, is the correct orientation. The rotation is so that it's easier to figure out, because it's hard to they needed to make this more top-down view, and instead they gave us a rotation to kind of figure out where it goes. But I just know that the correct rotation and the default orientation is correct. Okay, so we know. So again, this is where we figured out, okay, we know that, remember there's 5 islands. One of the islands is represented by the number 1. It has a dome that's going to be represented by a marble of some color here in this spot 22, 1. Then we've got to go. So we don't know which number is, which island is which, but then there's an island here represented by this piece. Yeah, this part just takes a long time because you got to go through these little animations.
Is it worth it to go through all of them, or because can we just do the idea and then go, or what do you think would be best?
Well, you're saying it's not worth it for you.
Is any of this solving other puzzles?
No, and we're just going to write down all this information to use it back at that 25x25 grid. So we can show one more. So you can see in this one, we'll show this one here. But if you click here, it's just a topographical map, right? Of the different pieces, and then we see this is the piece that has the dome on it, though. And so we would see this dome is up here, which, again, using our previous system, would be in spot 16, 1. Do you want to do it for the others, or you want to skip?
Just head back.
Okay. So
I get the point.
Yeah, so we would, for each one, we would figure out, and we would have 5 marble locations. All right, excuse the interruption, guys, but I realized when I was putting this together that we didn't open the dome here on Plateau Island. So Marcus isn't with us, because I'm just here working on putting this episode together. But so if we go out and around this walkway, and we chose the right way, the spinning dome is over there, and we can look through our viewfinder, and we recognize that the viewfinder is askew, and this is where mashing the button comes in on that. So we're just going to mash on the button until we get the right one. There we go. And we'll see if we can pause. So it doesn't look like there's a good view of the symbol for it. But as we'll see in when we join the video in a little bit, we'll be able to figure out the symbol here for this island fairly easily. So let's go back to where we were, and bye guys. Right, that's this, what's up here. Now we have to figure out though which colors each island goes with. Pause so I can show you guys. Here's the table of what we know so far. All right, play again. And to do that, we have to go through that other door, because that's downstairs. And to get to the other door, we gotta turn this guy around. They don't tell you that. You gotta figure it out yourself.
Love to hear percussion.
And then once we're turned around, instead of leaving, we get back off, and now we can go through this door. Ooh. And then this is a fun little pool. And pull the lever. I think as you mentioned before, right, like the idea of this game and even the Myst game is they're not really supposed to be rushed through. Like there's a lot to observe and enjoy in the ambiance. And you know, you can see just kind of rushing through, you miss a lot or you're not gonna do it. But we're giving you the guided tour version. It's just kind of here and get to see it without taking tons of extra time.
Yeah, all those in the 90s who had to do this the full time can suck it.
Yeah. Loser 90 kids. Oh wait, that was me. That's so rude.
That was my indirect way of insulting you.
Oh, no, I've been insulted.
Oh no.
This is where the video abruptly cuts out and the stream ends, and where the channel ends and everyone says, whatever happened? And in 10 years, I make a video saying, I'm free! Because it turns out I was locked away for 10 years after I murdered you for being mean to me. Oh.
10 years, that's... Oh. Hey girl, come back!
There's a little
Where you going?
here.
Who dropped your wig?
Oh.
Oh.
Does not want to talk.
Oh. Oh, someone was scratching at that porthole.
Alright, well I guess we're not gonna talk to him. So let's finish down
See,
here.
this is your fault, Andrew. Why do you keep scaring people off? This is why we can't have nice things.
It's totally my fault. You're right. All right. And then here, if I remember how to do this correctly, we push the button. And we hit this button. And we've got a view screen. And we can see in our view screen nothing over here. What's this one? This was the one. We see, aha! It's a little room.
Buttons are rusty as fuck.
I wonder what's in this little room. Oh, it's a person.
Is it Catherine?
Who could that be? Is it Catherine? And this is a look into the prison where she's being held? So you solved that mystery. That's all there is to do with that button. Then we do the other button. Yeah, it's a little
roundabout way to monitor someone in prison.
Yeah, I will say, when you look back, like, retrospectively on all the missed games, like, it's very not very, like, user-friendly for, like, if you were living on these islands or, like, doing things. Like, it's almost like they designed it specifically to be a game. Alright, and so then, this one, though, is where we get to figure out colors. So you'll remember, on those domes, we said each dome had a different pattern. And you'll remember this one, the circle with the dot in the middle, was the pattern on the Temple Island dome. So what happens if we hit that one? The green light comes on.
Color.
So we say, okay, the green marble is going to go for Temple Island and the Temple Island slot on the 25 by 25. And then if we do, oops, we skip, oh. It's got to go all the way around the long way. So we're going to jot all these symbols down with the colors. This one's blue, because then we got to find all the domes and figure out which one's which. That was the green. This is the yellow. This is the orange. This is the red, which is Plateau Island, the one island we're on.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I do not like underwater sea life creepers.
It's a big wark. I think they're called warks.
Wark?
They come back in later. So they have these big tusks. You see these big tusks?
Oh, I'm seeing them.
They get hunted and harvested for their tusks. But they're like little whale creatures, and I think they're like sacred creatures for the natives, the Rivenese, if I recall correctly. So that's the red. This one is burnt out. And then that's blue. So we know red, yellow, blue, green, and we said purple? Is that what we had here? Yellow, orange. I don't. Well, I've written them all down. Obviously.
Obvi.
But now we have, right, a color to go with the symbols. And we have locations from up above, so we have now the pattern to put into the the 25 by 25 grid up press. And that's what's fun. So we turned on the red. Oh, what happens if we keep doing it?
Well, these like red stuff is that what we're learning?
I guess maybe like a bull. He's doesn't like red.
Is this a sound we're gonna memorize for later?
That is a sound that's important for later, because we know the
Slam to the
sounds of
wall.
the animals mean things. You're catching on here, Marcus. You're figuring it out.
I'm so smart. My
All right.
master's degree didn't prove that already. Oh.
Marcus, don't lie to our audience. You do not have a master's degree. Just because it's the internet and you can say
What
anything
your
you
mama
want.
said last night. Oh.
You know how much I love your mom jokes. Like, it doesn't matter how bad it is. Oh, I'm laughing. All right, so I think that's kind of gives us our initial pieces. We'll need to find the other domes so we can put the symbols and the colors and the locations all together to figure out how to turn on that little marble press. And we need to find the 5-digit code.
Technically, is it like one of those things where you technically only need to find 4 of them because the 5th one, then you can kind of understand what's left?
Yes, because we can't get to Prison Island. So yeah, the 5th one is Prison Island, in which we just kind of...
Process of elimination.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's take this tram, see where it goes. So we need to do that. We'll turn those on. Then we need the 5-digit code. To find the 5-digit code we have, in fact, it was in the notebook in the laboratory or the workshop. We just don't know how to read those codes yet. So we need to go to school. So probably on our next episode, we'll go to school. We'll learn how to do our numbers. And then we'll get to activate the domes. How's that for a plan, Marcus?
Okay.
I think this takes us back to Jungle Island. I kind of want to find the dome here. I think the dome is upstairs. I think we gotta take the elevator up one more. Oh. I guess you can't keep it open. That way we have... There we go. That's the last dome. Oops. Over here. This is the Jungle Island dome. There we go. And we can figure out what symbol it is. And it's kind of the closing eye... Oops. It's got a vertical line and the sleepy lids. Pause one more time for a look at this symbol, and then we'll show you all of it together again. Okay, play. Just like that. So we'll mark it down. All right, and that will be it. We will connect all those pieces now that we have these domes open. We've seen the colors for 4 of the islands. I think we're ready to start that puzzle. and go to school next time, learn our numbers, and finish exploring Jungle Island.
Yeah.
Anything I'm missing, Marcus, that we need to take care of?
No, I think everything makes sense so far.
All right. Well, what should they do, Marcus?
Like, comment, subscribe, do the hooky booky in the comments, and we will see you next time.
All right. Bye, everyone.